Today I'm going to change the ring, the wax ring on my toilet. I just happen to have this one sitting back in my shed, and what I've got is I got a problem. I got my toilet that's leaking and I want to fix it. So before I do, make sure you like my video, subscribe to my channel so you can get updates on everything that I do. Let's look at the problem. Looking down there, see, I got some leakage right back here, and I'm thinking, as I checked the water here, and I checked the water here, I checked everywhere, and I'm not seeing a leak anywhere, so I'm assuming my wax ring has got problems. So I'm going to change the wax ring on my toilet. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's simple. Any homeowner can do it. So the first thing you do is you turn your water off. In my case, it's a real simple quarter turn. Then you take off your lid off the back, set it aside somewhere where it's not going to break. Flush your toilet, got to get rid of the water, let it all out, because you don't want water all over the floor. And what I like to do is I like to use one of these shop vacs. I like to use a shop vac to get rid of all the water, because you don't really want any water to get on your floor. I like this method because it's very effective and quick. Out of here too. And just like that, water is gone. Isn't that fun? Now that we got the water off, water out, now we need to remove the toilet, and we're going to want to, this is usually hand tight. You should be able to, maybe not. Just take it off with your hand. Sometimes it's pretty tight. And you're probably going to get a little drippage there. And then down here, take your little white little deals off of here and unscrew those nuts. We should have a nut and a washer on each one, holding that toilet down. And this ugly looking stuff that's inside there, that's just wax. Don't get too ooey, but we're going to want to wash your hand anyway. Then we'll go to the other side and take this one off. I'm using channel locks to get it started. And using channel locks, pliers, a wrench, just whatever is easiest for you. Channel locks are pretty easy for me. All right. Now, a lot of times what I'll do is I'm working on the floor or something like that. I'll take the toilet and I'll pick it up and I'll put it in the bathtub, because that's a nice place to put it to keep it from spilling water anywhere. But since I use that vac to get it out, it's pretty good. I'm just going to move the toilet over. I'm going to pick it up like so. And, interesting. I'm going to look at underneath and see what it looks like. Looks pretty good. It's got a rubber gasket on this one. But that, I'm just guessing, if you look at all the water we got going on here, yuck. I would say that's where it's leaking. It left a stain on my floor. I'm not happy about that. We'll see if we can get that off first. Clean up your floor a little bit. So the rubber gasket that's on there is supposed to be a lifetime gasket. So rubber gasket coming off just like so. Yicky. Now I'm going to clean that floor up while I got the toilet out of the way. So I'm going to use this bleach foamer, which was recommended to me by the boss, to see if I can get this up. Well, definitely working its way out. Got a little bit of paint right here. I'm going to just scrape that paint up. I don't know how that paint got there, but it's there. Now we'll move our toilet bolts into place. Get our wax ring out. And I sure hope this works. Now we're going to put the toilet back on. This is not a very long process, especially since if you didn't have to clean. But you're going to move the toilet over into place, and you have to look down through these bolt holes down here in order to see the bolts. And that's where you're going to set it. Right on those bolts. So I'm looking down through there. I see one. All right, I got it on there. Those bolts are going through. Now, kind of put it square to the wall, parallel to the wall. Sit down on it. Squish it down in place. That's good. Now we're going to put our bolts back on. Sometimes you have to buy those new bolts because sometimes they're corroded, but these should be fine. Drop that washer on there. Put a nut on here. A little nut job. Now you want to get your channel locks out. Tighten her down. This is important. You don't want it to rock and roll. So you don't want to torque it down too super tight because this is ceramic. And if you tighten ceramic too tight, it's going to break. But you want it tight enough to where the toilet doesn't move. So, you know, you just kind of have to use your judgment and not tighten it down too tight. You put your white cap back on, both sides. Now we got to hook this back up. We'll just screw that back on. Okay. Now we're going to turn on the water. You need to make sure the water isn't leaking. So we'll let it, see, put your hand down here. Feels really dry here. As long as I'm here, I might as well tighten these things up. With a screwdriver, tighten that thing down. It's always nice to do while you're here. I'm feeling down here because there's a seal down here. So check all the water, dry, dry, dry. Flush the toilet. Flushes pretty well. That is how you change the wax ring on your toilet in just a few short minutes. This is the shack Dennis built. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like my video, subscribe to my channel so you can get updates on everything I do.